Hey there, welcome to Byte-Sized. My name is Ipsa, and I'm so excited to be your host for this series. In this podcast, I'll be covering various topics about computer science and how young students can get involved with their community and others through technology. A little bit about me. I'm a high school student, and I've decided to create this podcast to share information with elementary and middle school students, and hopefully get you all to be interested in learning about STEM. Today, I'll be talking about a brief overview on computer science and its different uses. In the past few years, computer science has become one of the biggest fields in the world. Computer science and programming are used to create the apps you use every day, make your favorite video games, and are even used in artificial intelligence like Siri and self-driving cars. These are all applications of computer science that you might have heard of before. As we go through this podcast series, I'll share with you more interesting uses of computer science and the cool thinking that went into creating it. Computer science has many different areas, so I'll give you a quick introduction to a few right now. Some examples are software engineering, cybersecurity, and data science. Software engineers create and design apps, games, and websites that you use every day by writing code. But software engineers also need to test and revise their work to make sure the projects they've created run smoothly. I mean, wouldn't it be really annoying if you were playing a video game but there was an error in the game's code that kept causing you to lose? Well, that's why software developers have to test and modify their creations to make sure they work like expected. Another field of computer science is cybersecurity, which is all about keeping the online world safe from hackers. For example, when you send a message to a friend or a parent, messaging apps use something called end-to-end encryption to lock your message. Only the person you send it to can open the message, keeping your chat private and secure. If you're more into numbers and data, then data science might be just right for you. Data scientists spend a lot of time gathering data, organizing it, and figuring out what it all means. They create models, look at statistics, and share their findings with others. And by doing this, they can help businesses and scientists make smart decisions based on patterns that they find in the data. Let's take a look at a simple and relatable example of data science. Let's say you want to throw a pizza party. Well, first, you need to know which type of pizza to order and how many pizzas you need. To get this information, you could ask people you're inviting, or send out an online form. Let's say you've gathered that 10 people want pepperoni, 7 people want cheese, 4 want veggie, and 2 want pineapple. Well, based on this data, you can make a simple chart like a bar graph or a pie chart to visualize the data. Once you have the data, you can look for patterns, and you'll notice that pepperoni is the most popular flavor. So you decide to order mostly pepperoni and a few veggies and cheese. You're probably wondering how this even relates to computer science. Well, computer science gives data scientists the code to gather and organize information and the tools to build graphs and models. Now they can better understand how to make decisions, and they could do it with a lot more data than a human could handle. With computer science, data scientists can solve problems a lot bigger than a pizza party. There's a lot more to explore about computer science, but for now, that was just a quick look into what to expect. I personally find designing software and debugging to be the most interesting parts of computer science. If you haven't heard of debugging, it's basically testing your code to find any errors and fixing them to make sure your code works like you want it to. I enjoy programming, especially when I can solve a really hard problem and successfully write code. If you want to learn more about coding or just computer science in general, there are tons of online courses and videos that are completely free and can teach you so much. And throughout this podcast series, I'll be sharing ways that you can get involved in computer science through your communities, whether they are online or in person. Another thing that I will talk about during the series is how things like artificial intelligence and programming languages work. I hope to do this in an easy-to-understand way so that anyone can learn about all the cool things about computer science. I really hope to make learning about CS and programming enjoyable for students. So, thank you so much for tuning in for our very first episode. I'm really excited to share this series with you. In the next episode, I'll be talking about a brief history of digital technology and how it has evolved to become the AI and smartphones that we know today. And remember, bite-sized learning leads to big-time thinking. See you next time on Byte-Sized.